Okay, so Rocky. Rocky follows the story of loan shark small-time boxer Rocky Balboa, and during the stages of his quarter-life crisis, he tries to make ends meet while surviving in the harsh streets of Philadelphia. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, he gets the chance of not only fighting pro boxing, but he gets the shot of the heavyweight championship title by going up against famous boxer Apollo Creed, which gives him the motivation to train in becoming the best that he can be while training under former boxing champion Mickey Goldwell, and together they will help achieve Rocky's goal. While Apollo Creed thinks this fight is merely a show, Rocky Balboa believes this is the fight of his life. As he trains for the title, he deals with other personal issues as well. Now, Rocky is the 1976 classic that started the whole Rocky franchise, and I'm pretty sure intentionally it wasn't meant to start a whole franchise, but the original Rocky is easily hailed as one of the greatest American films ever made, with 3 Academy Awards under its belt, like Best Director, Best Picture, Best Film Editing, and easily one of my personal favorite movies of all time. And there's just something so touching about those underdog stories in which you have to prove yourself to people or you're chasing after your dreams. It's just something that's so relatable to everybody in some sort of way. Also, important note, today marks the 40th anniversary of this incredible film, and I wanted to talk about it in celebration on just how iconic this film still is. And after watching it the night before, I can confirm that it's still awesome and it still holds up as being one of the greatest movies ever made. Part of it has to do with the screenplay and how it's sort of a reflection of Sylvester Stallone's life. Based on how the character Rocky was struggling and trying to make it in the world, Sylvester Stallone felt that same way too. Now, the best stories usually come from a personal experience of the writer, and there's no denying that the story structure of Rocky is fantastic. Although we are rooting for this guy and becoming the heavyweight champion of the world, but we also sympathize with him because of the personal struggles that he's gone through in his life, just like how any everyday person can go through. And I think that's what made Rocky so big in the first place. It's because Rocky really represents the everyday man and how just one random shot at greatness unknowingly can take you in many great directions. Just depends on how far you can push yourself. It's just a really inspirational story for anybody out there who's trying to chase their dreams, like I said, and it's just really awesome. Sylvester Stallone had the passion behind the character of Rocky, and I'm really glad that the filmmakers decided that Sylvester Stallone was going to play the lead character instead of actors like Burt Reynolds or Robert Redford, because I just don't think that they would have the emotional connection as they would Sylvester Stallone when it came to the character of Rocky. As we all know, the character of Rocky is like Sylvester Stallone's baby because we grew up with him, we know this character, but back in 1976, he gave a career-defining performance that was just fantastic all across the board as this struggling blue-collared boxer. He walks around being friendly to people and giving advice that he doesn't take for himself, but ultimately deep down he plays a character that's really frustrated within himself. Especially that heartbreaking scene where Mickey comes up to him and just asking him to be his manager, and Rocky just goes off on him saying that he was never there for him and he just wanted that father figure in his life in a way that what he was telling Mickey. And that one scene where he drinks like 6 raw eggs in a cup. I'm like, I tried that once and it's so gross. It's a really great performance from Sylvester Stallone. It's still like the career-defining best, but speaking of Mickey, Burgess Meredith as Mickey is just fantastic. He's great in the movie. He plays that aging fighter who once again wants that one last shot of glory by passing his knowledge to another boxer, and the relationship that him and Rocky establish is just extremely touching as the series progresses. It's really like that father-son relationship. Mickey really teaches him how to take care of himself in and out of the ring. It's really awesome.
Remember, kid, women weaken legs.
Alright, no more fooling around. And where would Rocky be without the love story involved? Talia Shire as Adrian as his love interest in the movie. These two together is easily one of the greatest, cutest couples in Hollywood history, no doubt about it. She gives a really great performance as this extremely shy girl who's just like, the more time she's around Rocky, the more she's about to break out of her shell more. And just, these two together, man. It's like they're up there with, like, you know, they're in a league of their own. That's just how good they are. And we have Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed, and this guy is the perfect definition of a performer and a businessman. I love this guy's persona. That one scene where his trainer is watching Rocky punch the meat on the television, and then he's like, "Hey champ, I think this guy means business," and then Apollo's like, "Yeah, I mean business too." I'm like, this guy. Be a thinker, not a stinker. I love Apollo, man. He's so cool. And also we have Burt Young as Paulie's, like, Rocky's friend in the movie, and then just all around, it's great performances, great, just everything about the movie when it comes to acting. But after seeing this movie, you can really see why it won Best Director and Best Picture, because I'm pretty sure some people are upset about it because it's the same year that Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver came out, and how some people say that it's the better film than Rocky, and which I'm pretty sure that's true in a certain degree, but I just think that Rocky had more of an impact on people more than Taxi Driver did. Rocky was relatable to anybody throughout the world. I mean, just how one great chance can easily change their lives forever. And through the performances, the screenplay, the way the film was directed, every aspect of filmmaking is just what makes it the more memorable film for me. Because when you think of Rocky, you have to think of the classic score by Bill Conti, because it just makes you want to get up and do something to better yourself, and just thinking about it makes me want to take my ass to the gym. Bill Conti's score is so iconic that even modern entertainment makes references about it today. I mean, that says a lot about a movie that's 40 years old now. And that end fight between Rocky and Apollo at the end is the very definition of how a story can lead up to something, to like a particular event, and it could have a lot more meaning at face value. And once it's revealed later in the film on why Rocky wants to fight that fight, it just means so much more. Especially the outcome of the fight and how it ends, because look, if a man tells you that he did not tear up at the end of Rocky, he's lying to you, because I guarantee you that he did. I mean, everybody cried at the end of Rocky. There's no shame in admitting it. I'm admitting it right now because I cried. Rocky is without a doubt one of the greatest films ever made in my opinion, and it is easily legendary in my eyes. Thank you guys so much for watching my review for Rocky, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts are about the film, and what is your favorite Rocky film in the entire franchise? Whatever it is, leave it down below, because my personal favorite is the original. It is the better film out of all of them. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that social media shit down below. Keep in contact with me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, be a thinker, not a stinker.